Hi, this is Tony Lin. Welcome to my video. And today I'm going to share you a true story about one of the vaccine side effects, pericarditis. It is a very serious side effect from the vaccine. And today, the person who spoke out about his personal experience about this side effect, his name is Kyle. He is 29 years old, and after he took the second shot of the Pfizer vaccine, he developed a pericarditis. And until today, it's already, I think it's already 4 months, and still he hasn't recovered from the pericarditis. And he is the professional bike racer, and he won the 3 times North America Championship tour. And until today, he hasn't been able to recover and do the regular training like he did in the last couple years. Today, he spoke out his personal experience about the pericarditis and exactly what happened on him in this interview with Dr. John Campbell. And I think it's a very valuable personal experience because if you if you are going to take the vaccine, and especially if you are going to take the Pfizer vaccine or you're going to take the booster shot, take a look about the Kyle's personal experience. Maybe it will help you to save from this unfortunate vaccine side effect of pericarditis or myocarditis. So let me play this video for you.
And
Yep.
everything went pretty normal. First dose, had a sore arm the next couple days, no big deal. And then our second dose was June 10th.
Hmm?
The reason we had got vaccinated was, to be able to travel with our channel this year. We were going to try to travel internationally and just meet up with a bunch of different friends and sponsors along the way. So it was kind of a must-have to travel at that point. June 10th was my second dose. My girlfriend April got vaccinated at that same time, and she had same reaction as the first time with the sore arm. And then for me, it was a little bit interesting because as soon as they kind of injected it, I had a weird metallic or like saline taste in my mouth develop. And I kind of asked the guy, "Hey, is that normal?" He's like, "No, I don't really hear of that much." So it was really interesting. Like, I wonder what.
So as soon as you take the vaccine, as Kyle said, if you feel like some right away, he found some metallic cell-lined taste in his mouth. That is a sign that the vaccine is injected into the vein instead of the muscle. Because for COVID-19 vaccine, especially Pfizer and AstraZeneca, nurses are supposed to inject the vaccine into the muscle, not to the vein. So before they inject before they push the syringe, they have to, after they inject the needle, they have to pull the syringe plunger a little bit back so they can see if the blood come out of the needle. If the blood come out of the needle, they need to find another spot to inject the jab again, because that means the needle is hit the vein, not the muscle. And that is very important. If you don't know why it is important to inject the vaccine into the muscle instead of vein, and you have to I include the link for you. You can study that link. Actually, for those for the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccine, you have to inject the vaccine into the muscle, and then let your muscle develop the antibody, and so that you will feel the sore arm, and instead of the side effect develop on Kyle. So that is very important. Please keep this in mind.
what that was, And then a day or two later, I didn't really develop the sore arm either. And
Yeah, you see, he didn't develop a sore arm. This is the hint number two, because if the vaccine it was injected into his muscle, he should develop some kind of sore arm instead of feel nothing like it. He got in the first shot, he got the sore arm in the sore arm on the muscle, but this time he didn't feel anything.
so I was like, huh, this one's no big deal. I guess the second dose is a lot easier than the first. And then about 2 weeks later, I started to have some weird, just kind of reactions with my heart. And so what was happening to me is throughout the day, I could just be standing there or sitting there, and I would just have these weird flushes of like really high heart rate and kind of almost like an anxiety attack.
How
But
do
I
you know your
wasn't.
heart rate was high, Kyle? What happened?
I wear a Garmin watch, so
Oh,
I have
okay.
like a Garmin watch. I track all of my sleep and
Sure,
everything, and
sure.
so I was pretty on top of it. And I noticed my resting heart rate went from low 50s up to like 60ish, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then my heart rate throughout the day, when I would have those kind of moments, it was kind of in the 90s to 100, just sitting there, and that's not very normal for me. So I was pretty cognizant of it, and right away I just cut out all stimulants. So no caffeine, no, tried to reduce everything just to cut out stimulants, because I thought maybe there's just something weird happening. And then I took 2 weeks off completely of like riding, doing anything, because I felt kind of crappy. And then we went for a bike ride about 2 weeks after that. And yeah, on the bike ride, started out normal. I was feeling a little bit kind of iffy, just lightheaded a little bit. And I went on the bike ride, and my heart rate kind of went up on the start of a climb. We climbed for maybe 5 minutes. My heart rate got up to like 160, and then it wouldn't come down no matter what I did. And it just felt like I was going to throw up, and I felt just really weak. And I was actually with a friend. His name's Bill, and he's in his 40s. And he just looked at me. He grabbed my shoulder. He's like, "You're going to the hospital. You look like you're going to die." And so I was like, okay. So we were in Sun Valley, Idaho, which is 2 hours away from Boise. So we drove back to Boise. The whole time, those 2 hours, my heart rate never went below 135, and it just stayed up for 2 hours. Got home. I couldn't even really walk out of the car to like get dressed because we had biking clothes on. So I got dressed. I was at 150, 160 heart rate, just trying to walk around the house. And then I went to the hospital, and I told them, hey, I know this is weird. I just read about the, myocarditis, pericarditis with the mRNA vaccines. I think I might be having this reaction. And they basically just said, no, you're not. Like he literally said, no, you're not. That's very rare. You're having an anxiety attack. Like I'll admit you, but you're not a priority right now. So I sat in the waiting room for like 3.5 hours, just sitting there, like holding my heart, like, oh,
Was
I didn't know what was happening.
this was a doctor?
As you see, the Kyle, he told his very detailed story about how he developed these symptoms and lead to the pericarditis and myocarditis. And even though the doctor, as you can see, the doctor initially he said this is unlikely myocarditis or pericarditis, because they did this doctor apparently doesn't know what is he dealing with. So that is why Kyle went to the other doctor, and he found that he indeed had pericarditis. And so that is very important. If you develop, after you have vaccinated and you develop a similar symptom like Kyle did, and please go to the doctor. And if your doctor don't believe you whatever you said, please go to get a second opinion from another doctor, because pericarditis and myocarditis, they are serious heart disease. You cannot delay, right? You need to find a doctor as quick as possible. So yeah, and if you want to know more detail about Kyle's story and his interview, and I'll include the link for you, so you can go to the Dr. John Campbell's YouTube channel to see the entire Kyle's interview, and he'll explain the very detail there. So hopefully today by sharing this video with you, you can, if you consider to take the vaccine or you consider to take another booster shot, please be careful and keep in mind these are possible side effects. Like if you look at the before you take the Pfizer vaccine, there is I already saw there is a word. There are some warning about the possible side effect. One of the possible side effect is myocarditis or pericarditis. And if you develop any of these symptoms, please go to doctor quickly. Do not delay because these could be deadly. And Kyle was lucky he didn't die because of this. And however, as you can see, even though he found a doctor and got a treatment, still after 4 months he hasn't recovered yet, and he couldn't go back to the routine training still after 4 months of treatment and rest. So it is so I think this is because one of the possibility, just like I mentioned, the nurse inject the vaccine to the vein instead of muscle. That is a really dangerous mistake. And however, this is just one of the possibility. We need to find more proof and evidence to support this theory. So anyway, I think it is very important to tell the nurse that inject do a aspiration so that they can inject they can make sure they inject the vaccine to the right spot, into the muscle, not into the vein. If you inject it into the vein, that is not only wrong, it could be very dangerous. So if you think today's video is helpful, please hit the like button and share this video to more people so more people can be informed about the side effect from the vaccine. And because these side effects like myocarditis and pericarditis, they are very dangerous. They could be very deadly. And just if you don't believe me, just do a Google or look up these side effects. It could be very dangerous. So have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.